Just getting things all straightened out, and then we'll get started. uh, I don't think you're in this one, Josh. I think you're going to be in the next one when that happens. You almost were, but the when I put out the thing about the backups, but then the last person paid, so backups were not needed. Once I get this one broken tonight, though, I'm going to take that third case that we've got half full, and I'm going to start it into its own break. So we should hopefully get that one after this one's done. Just going to give it another couple seconds, then we'll get started. How you doing, Jenna? You know, one of these days I'm going to get the right encoder going so I can do this, the random part, a little bit better than what I'm about to do. And I had to take my second camera off and let somebody borrow it, so I'm a little sideways here. But let's get this one up here. I don't think I've shown this in a while. All right, tonight we got ourselves another case of Star Trek Deep Space Nine Heroes and Villains from Rittenhouse, sponsored by Blowout. All right, so I'm going to be running the random tonight. I guess the mods didn't get a chance to get to it. So let's just, can I do this the crappy old-fashioned way? I apologize, because I don't have it lined up like I would like to. At least I know I still don't do this right. You know, I don't have the whatever it is, the OBS encoder. But there's that infinity screen for a second. All right, so we are going to, we're coming over here. Here's the participants for case 2. I'm going to highlight everybody. I'm going to jump over. I get to see them a couple seconds. All right, so we want to move that up a little bit. Let's, okay. There we go. Much better. Okay, so I'm going to do it again just so everybody's okay with it. Grab everybody, copy, come over here to random.org, list randomizer. Remember, I randomized 5 times. So all we care about is number 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the one that counts. You ready? 5. And look at that. Jenna, you got number 1. All right, congratulations, and congratulations, Mike. So now we're going to copy. Actually, no, I got to copy I grab all this stuff. This, we're going to go into the thread. Last page. And post that in there. Post reply there. Okay, now I have no idea what anybody's been saying. And jump back over here. All right, let's get cracking. Literally. So if y'all remember, get a couple autographs in each box. Here's the, what was it, 2 sketches? Is it 1 sketch or 2 sketches? I can't remember now. Various inserts. There's the display panel relic. One sketch, okay. You know what? I was thinking of that portfolio that we just opened up for Next Generation. That had 2 sketches in it. I saw that that Tim Russ sketch that you pulled out of your last box of Inflections. Nice sketch. There's autograph number 1. So we one thing I always liked that I remember. Oh, geez, this card's creased in half. Well, throw that one right in the trash. Yeah, it definitely does. I was gonna say, I just remember, geez, this is a bunch of years ago, that Tim Russ, I don't know if he still does, but he had a band. How you doing, Adrian? Like I was telling, because Josh posted in the beginning, the other case 3, I'm gonna, now that we've got this one going, once I get this one done, and I just mean the break done tonight, I'm gonna break that one off into its own thread, and we can, see if we can fill it separately. I think rules of acquisition. I think that once we get the this one kind of underway, that we'll be in better shape to fill that other one. Here's our Niners patch. Who do we get? And Rom. Something I was curious about, Adrian. When I email you, you're usually pretty quick to respond. Now, aren't you 10 hours ahead of me? So I would just think that it'd be still pretty early some of the times that I'm, well, I just want to pull up the checklist for the autographs so I know where we're at here. Even though I'm not going to have a chance to look at them all after a minute. Oh, so you're 14 hours ahead. Because we're 9:25 here. But I was just wondering, like during the day, if I would email you, you usually were pretty quick to respond. And I was figuring it was probably, 4 o'clock in the morning your time, but maybe I was off a little bit. Here's our first metal card. Rules of acquisition. Also, for those of you in the Facebook group, we just finished that Ant-Man and Wasp break. So now let's see if we can finally get that other case of Walking Dead full. Get that one going. Rules of acquisition. No, you know what? I've only ever pulled 2 original art cards. One of them was from Valerian Steel. It was the Arya Stark Metal Effects original, and why can I not? I can never remember which one it was, but it was from a Star Trek product, and the original, it was a large insert set. They were pencil sketches, and it was Dr. Bashir, but none of the rules of. Matter of fact, this is actually, I did not open any of this at release. This is these are new to me. Yeah, I can't remember who it was now, but I just remember it was a large set. The backgrounds of the cards were just plain white, and this is even the insert cards, not just the original art. It's very possible. There's was it Ships of the Line? All right, no, Ships of the Line. Yeah, Ships of the Line. That sounds good. And here's one of these. I can't remember what that insert's called. What were these called? Aliens of Star Trek. I have too many tabs open. Tell you, that last case that we opened was really strong. I hope we can come even close to that one. At least it felt like it to me. And autograph number 3. Okay, so let's get the low ones out of the way, right? Mark Allen Shepard. And remember where I turned autofocus off. That's about where I want to be. Leland Crook. Yeah, unfortunately, with some of the other stuff out there, Michael Canavan, Shannon Cochran duel. just for the price right now, I mean, this is really the best one to get. You know, I tossed the box without putting any of the something to put these back in. I mean, you think about it, that Portfolio Prints archive box that we did for Next Generation, I mean, because it's an archive box, that one was good. I'm not sure what else they still have in stock. I think for as much as I like Star Trek Beyond, I think 700 is just a little bit too much. 650 I think is like the top end anymore to do on that case. I know they had I think they had Voyager quotes or quotables. Captain's collection is pretty good. Autograph number 1. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, with it's everybody's, you know, the money is just ridiculous right now. Everybody was spending all of that extra unemployment and stimulus money on cards, and it just shot everything up. And I'm sure a lot of us can wax poetic about, you know, what things used to cost. Oop, drop the brick. All base cards anyway. Well, I would never say no if anybody's gifting me something. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Here's our metal card. Yeah, you get the ships of the line, the aliens, the metal card, and then 3 or 4. What is it? 3? The rules of acquisition. Well, that's only 6. I'm not sure where you're getting 9 or 10. Because you don't get the patches in every one. There's what is it, 3 patches in the case or 2? Oh, plus the autos. Okay. Then I agree with you. Rules of acquisition. I'm actually wondering where all the cases of inflections went. Unless some people are just holding on to them, waiting for the price to creep up. Rules of acquisition. Yeah, I agree. I think a lot was opened. A lot of people had fun with that. But I mean, you think about it. You know, maybe you have to compare Star Trek Inflections with Game of Thrones Valerian Steel, and not Game of Thrones Inflections. There's autograph number 2, because you figure they went a little overboard when they released the international edition with it, which was really a joke because here's our first DVD cover. Considering almost all of the international edition never went out of the United States. If only they could have put some more Roddenberry cuts in like they did, you know, a few years back. I think that would have really made that a top notch. The aliens. I think that the pre-sales on Inflections were so high that they had to figure out a way to up the production and still make it sound like something. I mean, that's my own personal thought. And autograph number 3. The one thing about Rittenhouse, though, is that they number their boxes, which I think is why you can't go, you know, and just make more boxes and have nobody realize it. Shannon Cochran. Bertilla Damas. I don't know how to pronounce her name. And oh, I didn't realize it's Bill. They don't put Billy anymore. Bill Mummy. That would be amazing to pull one of those. That's why I wish there was more interest in Twilight Zone, because I would have liked to have pulled one of the Rod Serling cuts. Well, you know, Jenna, the thing is, at the rate you're going, I mean, you were buying strictly individual boxes. You didn't buy a case and are just slowly opening it, right? Because that's the only tough thing, you know. Because with Inflections, I mean, I haven't opened it since, you know, the release. But, you know, you get a number of sketches in a case. So you pulling your sketches, isn't that, you know, hard to you know, figure out. Now, I think you pulled a lot of the autographed relics, the single relics. And I feel like we were only getting, what, 3 of those in a case? I think the thing I regret the most is that when this stuff first hit eBay, it was dirt cheap to buy these things. I mean, the people were just, they were dumping, and I really regret not picking some of it up. I mean, they had full foil sets for like $100. Ships of the line. Yeah, I think your odds are definitely in your favor that you've gotten that much out of just out of 10 boxes. The expression set. Well, if you want to make yourself upset, just go look. Oh, you know what? You can't go back far enough unless you have like Worth Point, but you should go back and look and see how much complete sets of that stuff was going for right after release. Autograph number 2. Here's our first comic cut. Oh, there you go, Adrian. That, and the thing is that I don't really collect. I don't collect a lot in general, you know. And I was like, I'm gonna buy it, and then I'm like, better. I'll spend my money on what was already on my want list. And now I kick myself. And autograph number 3. We still, oh, here it is. So we'll just say we still have our metal card to go. Oh, I picked up Adrian. I've got 2 things I have to open for you. I picked up at the post office. One has to be the binder because it's a big box, and the other one's just a padded envelope. And rules of acquisition. All right, this is CC3. Tracy Scoggins. Paul Popovich. Did we pull one from all of the cases we opened? Maybe you can look back at that and see who picked the metal cards. Daphne Ashbrook. Hey Russell, how you doing? And here's our case topper. Who do we get? CT2, so we got ourselves the villains. Oh, I just got an email. Yes, I was just gonna say. Oh, got it. Yeah, we are. We're on a pretty slow start here. I'd rather go in like this and go out strong than the other way around. I hate it when, you know, the last box you open and it's just absolute nobody's. If I remember correctly, when we opened the last case, I think our last box was that Mark Allen Shepard. Oh, is that? You know what? I sent you an email about that. And I thought I sent it to both of the email addresses that are on your account, but I wasn't sure. Because I couldn't remember that your one email address, you only made it just for the spreadsheet. But that was for that web card. And I never got to see one. I was really curious. There's autograph number 1. Ships of the line. Are ships of the line 1 per box? Because I 1 to 40. No, they're not. Okay. Want to make sure I didn't miss one. Well, you know, Russell, I don't know if you even had a chance to see it, but I was a little glad I put up a sort of a break for 2020 masterpieces in the Facebook group, but the price is just through the roof, and I was a little uncomfortable. And by the time enough people posted where I might have been able to do 1 box, it looks like they sold out again. I didn't check to see if they put them back up. It was just way too expensive to do a pack draft. Yeah, as much as I'd like to open up a little bit of it, I was glad that it didn't happen. Here's our aliens. Autograph number 2. And anybody that's familiar with Marvel Masterpieces, what was the actual original MSRP on that? Because I was looking So DNA had it at 250. Rules of acquisition. Steel City had it at 300 a box. No, this year's the 2020. I was trying to read about it, and somebody had said that Upper Deck had it listed on their website at 250. But I couldn't, when I tried to go, yeah, 2016, I know it was much less. And then when they realized they had something, they really went for it. And we'll never find out, but I would love to know how much they made, which I know there's an approximate number. I think they were talking right about 1,000 cases, somewhere in the 9s to low 1,000s. So how much is actually out in retail or in the hobby right now versus how much of it got held back for e-Pack? But I tried going to Upper Deck's website and it wouldn't let me. I couldn't even access the site. Yeah. All right, we got Nog for our Niners. Okay. We definitely did better this time around on our autographs. James Sloyan. Galen Gorg. Didn't she recently pass away? And Wallace Shawn Armin Shimmerman. All right, so we did a little better there. We have yet to hit a silver, though, so we're definitely due with that. But what I was getting at is somebody had said that, yes, that card is inconceivable. Somebody had said that on Upper Deck's website, they were selling boxes at $250. And if the 2020, let's just say MSRP was 180, even hell, let's say it's 200, and they're selling them for $250 a box. I mean, are they forcing their authorized internet resellers or whatever to price manipulate, basically? Rules of acquisition. Well, what I mean is, so if they pre-sell and they're saying that it's, $180 MSRP, and then things sell out, do they then go back and they tell their distributors that now the MSRP is 200? Like, are you able to do that on the fly like that? The actual manufacturer themselves? Ships to the line. There's our Aliens card. I mean, it sucks for all of us, but, you know, e-Pack obviously makes the most sense for them because they get to keep all the money instead of having to split it with the distributors. Autograph number 2. But there's enough people out there that do not use e-Pack. So, I mean, they're autograph number 3 already. So they're really narrowing their market. I only ever bought on there once, and that was 2016 Masterpieces. And that was when they were kind of really first feeling it out. Because I don't remember how much I paid, but the price on e-Pack was not out of line with what the physical release was costing me. Somewhere between, you know, $10 and $15 a pack. But I mean, look at stuff like Defenders, or they're still selling Defenders, they're still selling Black Panther, they're still selling a bunch of those releases. So either they're printing more, yeah, that's just ridiculous. That's for people that can't control themselves, that have a serious gambling problem. Spends that much on Fleer Ultra X-Men, and he's going to get back, you know, even if it's his own personal collection, still, your return's still not going to be, hell, probably half that. I guess. And what was this one called? Relationships. Relationships number 8. Hillary Shepard Turner. There's a single of Wallace Shawn. And Patricia Tallman. A couple of okay ones, but we have not hit any of the big autographs yet. And we still haven't gotten to our sketch, and we still haven't gotten our display panel relic. Maybe it'll turn out that like Jeff Bezos is a closet non-sport card collector. Yeah, but even extremely limited, we had a better turnout of who our duels were. Actually, I could probably maybe see Bill Gates a little more. He's more nerdy. Autograph number 1. And by the way, I was wrong. What's that? Oh, that's even crazier. Yeah, that was definitely Bill Gates. But you have to be a gambler to do that. Because if I could easily drop 500 grand on trading cards, would I want to do that, or would I want to hire, I don't know the numbers, but if I throw 500 grand at NAR, could I get him to make me my own private set? I would think so. I mean, it's not licensed, but yeah, there you go. Exactly. I think this might be our DVD metal parallel. Yep. And number 5. It's the same DVD cover we pulled. You know, I'm just thinking, we only pulled one so far. Yep. There's DVD cover number 2. Actually, it's number 4, but the second one we pulled. You're thinking way too small, Jenna. Tell you what, I love watching mindless shows, like when I'm going to bed, and they show rules of acquisition. There's a show, it's called My Lottery Dream Home, and just, just always, curious to what people are doing when they win. And these people, they'll be like, oh yeah, we won $2 million. And then the guy will be like, all right, well, what's your budget on a new home? And they'll say $200,000. Autograph number 2. Here's our Aliens card. You see that? He's good to you. Tells you to splurge a little bit every now and again. All right. Annette Held. Harris Yulin. At least he's a decent actor. And Mark Alimo. All right, these last 6 boxes are going to be bonkers. Wait a minute. Somehow I didn't open a pack. Well, we got all the autographs, so I mean, there shouldn't be anything in here. Yeah, it's just base. That's weird. Must have been stuck to another one I opened. Okay. A little bit of damage on that box. Hopefully, cards inside are okay. Let's just go right to this row and make sure. No, that pack appears okay. I think we're okay. Autograph number 1. Rules of acquisition. Here's our metal card. Rules of acquisition. So, would there be any interest in Star Trek Discovery Series 2? Or excuse me, Season 2? Here's our panel. Yeah. Just solid red. No fanciness. I haven't seen it up on pre-sale yet. I just was curious if anybody would be interested in trying that one. Rules of acquisition. I'm actually just going to finally get around to seeing it since they're going to air Season 1 on regular broadcast TV. Autograph number 2. DVD cover number 3. Are there any shows out there that they should be making a set of that you think would be good? Like people would actually collect the cards of? Because that's always the problem, is a lot of these shows that are on streaming services, they might not have the broadest reach because it's a streaming service. Witcher's on Prime, I think. All right, we got a duplicate. Net held. Stephen Mott or Macht. And Melanie Smith. They did a free preview of The Boys. I got to watch the first 3 episodes. So I think now I need to get Prime so I can at least watch the first 2 seasons. I don't know. There's something. I mean, as much as Westworld would be cool, I don't think there'd be enough interest in a card set of it. But like something like Witcher or The Boys, I get a better sense that could take off. Or Watchmen, yeah, especially like The Boys and Watchmen, since they're comic type stories, superheroes, whatever you want to kind of stick it into. Autograph number 1. I mean, there's got to be something out there that they can make a setup that would be popular. Well, good luck with that, Russell. Oh, I need to spin this around. Rules of acquisition. I don't even know what a pivot table is. So I don't need to use Excel a ton. More basic. Here's our metal card. I guess if I ever actually needed to, I could do exactly what you said and just look it up on YouTube. That's what I do for most everything else. We're going to have to pull silver signatures out of at least, I mean, counting that there's still 2 more autographs to get out of here. at least 4 silvers. Tell you what, here's something everybody I love to tell because it always makes you laugh. So at my office, we use older software because I use AutoCAD, and they switched to a subscription service, which basically means that they had to change the program every single year just to justify the cost of the subscription. So we gave up a long time ago because they just kept making it less user friendly. Well, we even use another program that they stopped making in 1993. We use it with our equipment. So we always need to keep an old computer on hand that still runs DOS. So I still have DOS 6.2, is that the last? I have Windows 3.1, the disk's all floppy, and then I have Office for Windows 3.1. It's like 25 3.5-inch floppy disks. Because our 486-25 computer died on us last week. So we had to take, I don't remember what it was, but I had to basically downgrade it to a DOS computer. Michael Canavan. Well, the one we actually, it's actually it was an old XP that we kept. So it was newer than a Pentium 1. Barbara Bosson. But it had been so long since I had done any DOS work. I mean, thank God I remember most of the commands, from having I started on 286s. Armin Shimmerman and Max Grodenchik. So a lot of the old DOS stuff, it's kind of like riding a bike. You don't forget. But the funny thing is that as I was doing my searching, trying to find some DOS drivers and trying to get some other odds and ends, there's a lot of people that apparently like to rebuild old 486s so that they can play Doom. And then I started looking, and for the life of me, I cannot find my Doom. All right, 4 boxes to go. I mean, there's got to be a silver in every one of these boxes. Rules of acquisition. Yeah, it was just my old job, this would have been back in the mid to late 90s. We used to at lunch, we would play, trying to think if Wolfenstein could be played over a network. I don't remember. But we used to play Doom. But yeah, I used to play Wolfenstein, Doom, and X-Wing, was it? I remember it was called X-Wing Fighter or X-Wing Commander. It was definitely X-Wing something. Great games. Now I want to play them again. There's our aliens. Autograph number 2. I tell you, the good old days of computing. Simpler times, a lot more fun. My first computer didn't even have a hard drive. Just two 5 1/4 inch floppies. Rules of acquisition. Oof, duplicate number 2. Here's our metal card. Rules of acquisition. And comic cut number 2. All right, comic cut. Let's see here. It says CC10. Duplicate autograph number 2. Mark Allen Shepard. Julie Caitlin Brown. And at least we got our first Silver. Alexander Siddiq. Is Ambassador Troy, is that the mom? All right, 3 more to go. Gotta go to the checklist for a second. All right. I want to show you something which will definitely make this case be a lot better. Oh, here's our sketch. This box is incredible. We got a sketch, really nice sketch. I'm just going to show you that pack. We'll save that for last. We know what's in it, sort of. But I will tell you, unless some other crazy autograph comes out of these last boxes, that picks 1 and 2 just came out of this box, in my opinion. Here's a DVD cover. Rules of acquisition. There's that Aliens card. Autograph number 2. You know, it'd be funny if just by accident that pack somehow got like 2 regular sets of base cards in it, and there's nothing else. It's just extra thick. And autograph number 3. Back in the early seasons of Game of Thrones, the foil card used to be an extra card in the pack instead of just replacing one of the base cards. So every time I'd grab one, I used to think it was like a relic or something because it was a little bit thicker. Rules of acquisition. Here's a metal card. This pack is all stuck together. Nothing. Now this pack actually feels thinner. You're supposed to get 5 cards in a pack, right? 1, 2. Oh, there's 5 cards. Huh. Just felt thinner. All right, what do you want to see first? This thing here, this thick thing, or the sketch? And the sketch is by Lee Brown. Okay. Well, first let's get these autographs out of the way. Charlie Brill. He's got some decent middle of the road autographs here. Deirdre Emershine. And Steven Weber. All right, this is numbered 67 of 90, and it is Kira. Man, look how thick that is. I will temporarily, because I do not have a soft sleeve big enough, so we'll put it in a team bag. Okay, then we got our sketch, Lee Brown. Nice portrait of Cisco there. And the pins are 1 in 864 packs, just so you know. All right, let's top this off with 2 more silvers. All right, everybody, take your bets. Who are we going to get? I'll go with Cisco and Odo. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm going to take that back for a second. I'm going to go big. We're going to say Terry Farrell. So we're going to say Dax. We're going to go Dax and Worf. I'm going to change it up. Oh, look at that. Autograph number 1. And it is not one of the silvers. Here's our DVD cover. Rules of acquisition. There's our Aliens card. All right, so I figure the number 1 pick is going to be the pin, right? So let's just say we do pull Dax and Worf. At number 2, do you take the sketch or do you take Dax? Are you a sketch or an autograph person? Autograph number 2. Autograph number 3. Rules of acquisition. Here's our metal card. I forget, Adrian, weren't you still looking for some of these metal cards? Well, if that's the way you're going to be, towards the pin, you can always trade your spot down. I'm sure somebody would give you something for it. All right, we have Caitlin Hopkins. Dick Miller. All right. What was Dick Miller's name in Gremlins? And Michael Dorn. One down, one to go. Now, has Terry Farrell done anything since Star Trek? Like, I don't know that name for anything else. But I don't watch enough TV, so, or maybe she's been in something I'm not familiar with. Becker. That was Ted Danson, right? You know, a couple months ago, I got to do a little focus group, and I got to watch an episode of a new comedy, and it was Ted Danson. I want to say he was the mayor. Like autograph number 1. It actually wasn't half bad. I don't know if it's something that was supposed to be airing this fall or what. Rules of acquisition. Rules of acquisition. Now, the relationships are 1 in 144. So there should be another relationships in this last box. Right, we only got the one so far. Yeah. Oh, and there it is. And this is relationships number 13. Here's a metal card. This card's got a weird crease in it. Last half of the last box. Rules of acquisition. That makes 3 duplicates in this case. You know, you'd think the autograph lists are large enough. You should be able to do without a duplicate, but I guess with 3 autographs in a box, it gets a little bit harder. All right, 4 packs to go. And everybody keep your fingers crossed for a big one. Here's our Aliens card. Well, that stinks. We did not get a silver signature. And nothing crazy here. Susan Bay Nimoy. Paul Popowich again. And Wayne Grace. All right, well that did hurt. That really we really could have used that 3rd silver. Okay, let's do a quick recap here. So our display relic was just a solid red piece. We got duels: Armin Shimmerman, Max Grodenchik, Wallace Shawn and Armin Shimmerman, Michael Canavan and Shannon Cochran, Wayne Grace, Paul Popowich, Susan. Actually, let me do it this way. Put down here. Susan Bay Nimoy, Dick Miller, Caitlin Hopkins, Stephen Weber, Deirdre Emersheen, Charlie Brill, Julie Caitlin Brown, Barbara Bosson, Michael Canavan, Melanie Smith, Stephen Mocht, Mark Alimo, Harris Yolen, Patricia Tallman, Wallace Shawn, Hillary Shepard Turner, Galen Gorg, James Sloyan, Daphne Ashbrook, Tracy Scoggins, Bill Mummy, Bertilla Damas, Shannon Cochran, Leland Crook. And then we have Paul Popowich 1 and 2, Mark Allen Shepard 1 and 2, Annette Held 1 and 2. We got silver signatures of Michael Dorn and Alexander Siddig. We got a sweet sketch here, Lee Brown. Nice portrait. And the biggest, we got one of the communicator pins for Kira. That's numbered at a 90. Okay, that'll do it. I will get to the scans tomorrow. I have another meeting. When I get home, I'll get them done. Really wished it was a little bit better of a case, but I think we got spoiled with the first case. Hopefully, when we get to case 3, if we are able to get that one full, we'll do a little bit better there. Thank you for watching. Go join the Facebook group, iFish73 Not Sport Group Breaks. We just finished a break of Ant-Man and the Wasp. I am determined to get this Walking Dead Season 4 Part 2 break filled. After that, we just have to see what's out there, what's worth breaking. Over on Blowout, I know Garbage Pail Kids Chrome still has 1 or 2 spots left. The TriStar seems to have stalled. Looks like the people that posted want to wait until they see some breaks. I think if that's what's going to happen, we probably won't be able to break it because I believe Blood said they were only getting 2 cases in because that only had a limited run of 80 cases. So not much to go around. Game of Thrones Season 8 archive box. That break is almost full. I haven't had a chance to check it since early this afternoon, but I want to say there's about 10 spots left, give or take. That's out of 78, so that's not bad. We're almost done there. So if you're interested, not too many spots left. And I think that's about it. If there's anything you want to see me break, you can message me on here, message me on Facebook, message me on Blowout, and subscribe to the YouTube page. Watch my breaks. Thanks, everybody. And I will see you on the next one.